Oh, there we go. Good morning, everyone. BJ Walla with you. For another wonderful Monday. Monday. Morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever the case may be, wherever you may be. We got a celebration to do. Coming up, probably sometime in July. In fact, I think I might, I was thinking about it. I think we're going to make a combination Extra Life fundraising marathon and 100 follower celebration on July 14th, because otherwise I really don't have time to do two big streams, celebratory streams. So why not combine them into one? But anyway, it's Monday. That must mean it is time for a little bit of riding the rails with Sid Meier's Railroads. Yeah, yes, indeed. Let's bring this out here. Sid Meier's Railroads. Riding the rails, retro gaming. Yeah, baby. So let's just get on with it, because I am running just a little bit late today. Just a little bit late. Trying to get all the social media stuff going and Discord and all that good stuff. And trying to finish breakfast as well. But we're doing good. We're getting on with it, and then of course immediately following this, we're going to take a quick little break and then go right to City Skylines for our Building the World segment today. But in the meantime, let's load up here. We have a lot to do. In the eastern seaboard here. Helmuth von Moltke. Okay, good. Here we go. Let's pause real quick here so we can assess the situation, and I can finish the last bit of my breakfast doodle dog sausage. Labradoodles taste so good. Okay. Okay, here we are on the eastern seaboard here. For those of you who have not been following us, we are in train table mode, so just complete sandbox mode, just to have fun, relax, for Monday mornings. Just chill, play with trains. Nothing better than that, man. Nothing better than that. So essentially, this map covers all the way down from Washington and Maryland here, up through the Harrisburg, York, and Aberdeen area here, up all the way into the mountains of Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, and we pop on over here. So it's really a Quinn state, because we do include New York here. So we got New York City. Of course, we got Allentown, Philadelphia, Dover, Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware, Cape May, Jersey, Vineland, Atlantic City, Newark, and Trenton. So really, this map here encompasses 5 states, right? So we got Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania, Jersey, and New York. Yeah, 5 states. So it's a Quinn state map. I still end up calling it the tri-state region, but yeah. So where we left off here, we started getting some of our raw goods and manufactured raw goods delivered to a couple of cities here in Jersey. Atlantic City's getting some raw goods. We have our mail and passengers. The mail and passenger lines all set. Everybody's good to go. Of course, we will have to add some more mail and passenger lines, actually. We got the rails all set. But as some of these cities grow here, especially down here in Maryland, And then most of the mountain cities here, the Pocono cities, the Appalachians, not quite grown up enough to take mail and passengers. They're just wanting raw and manufactured goods. That's where we're at today. We're going to be laying down now our big main raw manufactured goods, food. The big four here: food, manufactured goods, automobiles, and there should be, I think there's one more. Maybe it's just the three. Food, manufactured good, and automobiles. Okay, that could be just the big three. I thought there were four. That's it. The rest of it's going to be raw materials. So the big three here: food, manufactured goods, and automobiles. That's what everybody's going to want once they reach metropolis size here. So we're sort of going to do the same thing that we did for our mail and passengers, and just interconnect every city with one dedicated track just for those lines. Now, of course, we'll have separate lines as we do for our mail and passengers for different cities. But to make things nice, neat, clean, and easy, hopefully, fingers crossed, we might have to do some deconstruction over in Jersey with some of the raw material lines, and maybe you know, some here to make it work. But that's the goal, just to make another entire separate line just for those three goods there: the food, the automobiles, and the basic manufactured goods, to go from city to city as eventually they require them. And then we'll maintain our standard of just having the raw materials just each on a separate line, as you can see here, as needed. So Jersey might be a problem getting that line in here with some of our raw materials that we have here. So that's thinking we might end up having to blow some stuff up and restart some of these manufactured goods from scratch again. Once we get the main line here. So what I'm going to end up doing is, because it'll probably be the easiest to start down here, is I don't have anything else running down here except the mail and passenger lines. Lay the entire double track down. Everything's going to be double tracked at this point. So it's a completely separate rail system for that. And coming up here, so going into the mountains shouldn't be an issue. Might have a little bit of an issue coming down here into Easton, as we do have some raw materials coming down here, but we'll see what we can shift around. Doing the Philadelphia loop, the Dover loop shouldn't be an issue either, because we don't have anything else running into here quite yet. But once we get this main line down, it should make things a lot easier for figuring out where we're going to take our manufactured goods here. So let's get started. We're going to start right here in Washington. Oops. Hello. As we know, you've all grown up here, so gotta lay that double track down here. We're gonna have to. It's like some buildings are gonna have to shift here, but that's okay. So let's get going here so we can get this stuff shifted in real time. There we go. Let's unpause here. Okay, so we're gonna start the double track. Actually, start the double track anywhere we want. But we're gonna start right next to here. Actually, you know, that's going to be an issue because it's going to run into that. So you know what? We're probably going to have to go on the outside then. Get the keyboard right here. Yeah, we're going to have an issue with that too, aren't we? And that simple mail and passenger line there, huh? So we're gonna have to do some configuring here. So we'll go on, we'll do it here on the outside, make this a little bit easier. We can come up right into Frederick, right through Harrisburg. So that'll make that easier. And we can configure what we're going to do otherwise. Let's start on this side. And this double track's just going to go all the way. We're just going to... And this is what's nice about train table mode. I don't have to worry about expenses. I can run this puppy as long as I want, as necessary as I want. So we're just going to run... This is a nice, long, big line. All the way up through our mountains. Mountains here, Williamsport, home of the Little League World Series. Through Wilkes-Barre, PA. Home of the Philadelphia Phillies, one of the Philadelphia Phillies minor league teams, as I recall. I think they're still there. Now here's where we start to run into the problem. Because we have... Come on now. Let's finish this route here. You got the raw manufactured materials here. So we're just going to connect you right here for now. So at least that's connected to the raw materials line. So we're going to end up having to move this raw materials line. And separate that out, because now what we're going to end up doing, this is the mail and passenger line here. So what we're going to end up doing is making this the manufactured goods line. So we're going to have this guy come down, loop around into here. Now again, we're going to have some problems here with this raw material line. So yeah, it looks like I'm just going to be deconstructing some of the raw materials here, just getting rid of it and getting my main line in here again. So we'll be deleting the trains, the routes, which again in train table mode is no big deal. Make it nice and easy, but so we can try to keep our rail system nice and neat. The first go around we had here was a little rough. We had things messy, and it just wasn't going to work too well with adding all the rail and lines we needed. But here, in with it being exterior, we're going to have a little bit of an issue running into here. So what I might end up doing is having this cross over this line here. That way we can continue on this side here. So we're definitely not going to delete our... nice double bridge here. I like that. And definitely not going to delete any of our mail and passenger lines. So we're going to have to do some finagling. We might not be able to have one continuous circuit. So I'm going to have to take that in consideration. We might not be able to have one continuous rail line for manufactured goods. Although we did, I mean, it is a nice layout here. So we got everything from basically Washington, D.C. all the way up to Scranton here as a continuous circuit. We'll actually be able to continue that circuit down through really, that's probably it. Maybe so I do sort of have the feeling I want to clean this up a bit. We do have grain here. I don't think anybody really requires grain down in this area yet, anyway. Let me see. So if I just go another circuit here. Ah, yes, they're growing. They're growing. I want to do another circuit in here. So I can do a full loop in here, and this would connect Allentown. Problem is, Easton is sort of out on its own there. I mean, we can do an interior circuit here in Allentown, Reading, Lancaster, York, Aberdeen, pull up through Wilmington and Philly. And maybe that's what we could do, because we stop here at Scranton. we can do an interior circuit here, and when it loops back up through this way, it can pull up, it can go, it can bridge over here, go into Easton, and we can loop this guy over into Jersey somehow from Easton. We double track it through the farm, and then she can pull up right into, oh, that might actually work. Then she'd come up over here into New York. We come this way into Newark and Trenton. I think we would have it end at Trenton. Trying to think, because would I be able to get into Philly again? I might not. You know what? I might actually be able to connect that into Philly, because it would be coming up over this way. And I can have that circuit come up over here and connect right into here. And that'll be that circuit there. So that might work there. And then I would have to just figure out another circuit. Get Trenton or Newark. Maybe pull it down from Newark into Atlantic City, Vineland, and the Trenton. We just have to figure out how we could get down to Cape May. I'd probably have to loop it down this way, Cape May. Just loop it back up around into Trenton. That might work too. Okay. We just leave Dover. Maybe, or maybe we can come down here into Cape May, into Dover. We got that set. Okay, so let's get this circuit there. Let's see what we're going to do here. I'll pull this around into Easton. Problem is we don't have Baltimore, so we would have to pull around, cross over here perhaps somehow and get into Baltimore. And we'd have to cross over again to get into there, but that would be kind of messy, I think. See, I don't think it's. See, I gotta think here, because for mail passengers, I sort of wanted to have one complete circuit that way. You know, figure if you're a passenger, you need to get from point A to point B. You know, anywhere from any point A to any point B. You sort of want to have one continuous circuit. You might have to make a couple of stopovers, but it's doable. We're here. For the manufactured goods, we might not necessarily need one continuous circuit. We just need to get what you need from wherever it supplies it to you. So I think we'll do that. Now we'll definitely include Easton here. So let's continue this right through here into Easton anyway. So we'll stop that there. And we could even bring this up over here into Dover. So you guys demand cattle and coal. So that might not be an issue. So we might actually, bring this into and bring that into that track there, but we'll see. Yeah, I think I kind of like that area because we can bring this on the outside into Dover here. And the problem is with Dover having these three tracks here, that makes it kind of tough to get. See, I'd have to bring a separate line out to Baltimore and actually probably bring it into Aberdeen. In Aberdeen, and again, we wouldn't be able to make a connection there as we cross over, but if we can go into Aberdeen, then we can actually cross over here and get that connected to our Philly track. So that might actually work. Alright, so let's do this. Let's bring Easton up into Dover here. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Double track isn't going to work there, because this would be a separate track here. So let's, this would be a single rail track here. That we would bring out this way. Like that. Then we can make this a double track coming out of here. And then we could actually bring this double track over. See, we run into a problem here. Yeah, because the depot's here, so that's where we'd have to bring it into the depot. So we would actually have to have it come in on this side. So we'll do it this way. So we'll double track this. Right from here. To there. And this would be the single track to there. There we go. That takes care of that. We've got those manufactured goods running there. Okay. So essentially that's good. So we've got a whole line. So we would go from Dover now through Easton, Washington, Frederick, Harrisburg, Williamsport, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton. So that's actually not too bad. That's not too bad. We encompass, we got a nice long rail line there. So Baltimore's a little bit left out in the dust here. So we've got to get Baltimore interconnected somehow now for manufactured goods. So I think that's what we might do. We might do Baltimore. I think how we would do this, because we could do this. I could do this inner circuit now. This would take care of Allentown, Reading, Lancaster, York, Aberdeen, Wilmington, Philly. So I think that's what I want to do here. Let's get this laid down here. Double track. We'll start you here. Bring you all the way down this way. Now, see, we couldn't include York unless we do it separately. So we'd have to stop it right about here. So yeah, York wouldn't actually be part of this circuit. So we'd need. So let's rethink that plan. Got to rethink that plan there. And what we could do is just do a double track Aberdeen to York. So we would just go from back and forth from Aberdeen to York there. But that wouldn't do no good because they don't supply either thing. So that's the thing. We've got to make sure whoever supplies the manufactured goods and the food. See, Aberdeen supplies the food, so Aberdeen can send food to York. But Aberdeen needs to get the manufactured goods. So who supplies? So Wilmington supplies automobiles. York supplies papers. That does no good. Philadelphia supplies cars. So both Philadelphia and Wilmington supply cars. Allentown doesn't supply anything. So this is where we're going to have to go in and perhaps build some businesses then in these cities. Then what I could do is just do a circuit in between York and Aberdeen that may be able to supply each other with food manufactured goods. So let's see what we can do in York here. Metropolis, empty slot, build a new industry here. We got a paper mill. Of course, that means we would have to get the raw materials there too. That's the whole key there. So this is going to be a little bit more difficult than I thought, now that I'm thinking deeper into it, because then we'd have to get the raw materials. So we've got to see. That turns grain into food. What is cattle? Cattle is turned into food as well. So I've got to see. So we've got cattle supply there. See, now there's some manufactured goods in Lancaster, so we can go Lancaster. We can go on the inside here, Lancaster into York. So we'd almost have to do the food manufactured and automobiles as separate tracks. I'm not going to be able to do a lot of continuous track here, because York demands that. Lancaster can supply, but Lancaster needs oil, so we're going to have to get oil to Lancaster. Harrisburg demands oil, so we've got oil here, so we've got to figure out how to get this oil both to Harrisburg and to Lancaster. Got lumber here, so lumber, Williamsport requires oil and coal. Wilkes-Barre requires steel for cars. I don't know what we're going to do about that. And you're getting paper from down here. So we've got a wood mill here, wood company. So we got coal we can bring up here. Is this oil? Yes, that's oil. Here's oil here too. So this oil can get into Harrisburg. Can get to Lancaster. Got another oil company here. Now who else requires oil? Williamsport requires coal and oil. But nobody around here requires wood. So that's a little left out and a little bit in the dust. So that's where we would probably have to add a manufacturing plant that would want to use wood and convert that to paper. Because you convert that to paper, because you demand paper. So nobody else down here produces paper, I don't think. You produce food and steel. Of course, grain. So we could turn Frederick into food manufacturing as well. So we can actually add an industry here, because that would be nice, because then we'd be able to supply Frederick with paper from Harrisburg. Because there's really, at this point, no way to really get paper to Frederick from York. So we do another entirely separate track, which I don't really want to do. Let's see if we can paper mill. Now, does anybody require paper up here? I don't. think Easton does. Yes, Easton demands paper. Now we've got paper coming in from... We've got paper coming in from somewhere. Or do we? I know. Where do we have paper coming in? Oh, you know what? We got paper coming in from Scranton to Easton. So I guess that kind of makes better sense there. Hey, Cat, what's going on? I swear I know how to Guild Wars. Well, I go to Lancaster, you have to make a detour for it either way. Yeah. Yeah. Where is Lancaster? There is Lancaster. Alright, so, Aberdeen can supply food to York. Lancaster can supply manufactured goods to York. And really can supply manufactured goods to Aberdeen too. These guys will supply the cars. Dover has, oh, you know what? Dover has paper. They can supply paper. Frederick here. All right. Well, let's get something going here. So let's get Easton. Let's get some manufacturing into Easton here. So let's do this. Now, do I want to set up a separate track? I may. Because you supply food. You can send food to Dover. You demand coal, so you're going to have... You got a stockyard and steel mill here. So you're going to supply steel, too. For automobile manufacturing, which we're going to have to figure out how to get you up into Wilmington and Philly, then. I can see already I'm going to have a mess of rails again. You need, see, Baltimore does processes coal and steel as well, or coal and cattle as well. See, this is what I need to do. I need to plan to add, to save myself from having to go all over the place. Try to keep the circuits within each other here. Try to get the food, manufactured good, and automobiles within each other here. Okay. So yeah, let's do a raw goods line here. We'll just bring the cattle in here. So we'll do that. So we'll bring cattle in from, oh, hello. Go around this way, bring the cattle in from here. Yes, I know, turn too sharp. We're not going to worry about that. And then we'll bring coal in from here. Yo, that's not how I want it. Thanks, though. I have a problem with that rail line there, though. Aren't we? Yeah, so let's go in here. Let's fix this up a little bit here. That's a bit of an issue. There we go. There we go. That makes it a little better. Alright, so let's get Easton building up here. Alright, so we want a line here, so we'll go here. Let's see here. Let's go, since this is a smaller out here, we'll go with one of our classics again. Let's see, what haven't we picked yet? I don't think we've done the 10-wheeler yet, so let's do the 10-wheeler. In fact, we'll do the 10-wheeler for both here. What did you do? We'll do 10-wheeler here into Easton. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that'll work quite nicely. Go into Easton, and we won't need to take anything out of Easton. And close that. We're good there. Load up that meat. Alright, so we'll get another line in here. You know what? Hold on a second here. How many we got here? I'm going to do 4 anyway back here. Oh, 8? We might be able to do a little bit more, but I'll slow it down a bit. We'll see. We'll stick with 4 for now. Really don't have to be too efficient in train table mode, fortunately. Oh yeah, well, that's not the engine we want to use anyway. We want to go back to 10-wheeler here. Where are you? There you are. So we'll just, we'll keep it at 4 there. So we'll go there, and you'll go into Easton there. And you'll return empty-handed, because we don't need no backhaul. And we're good there. Oh no! Now, I would assume if we were actually playing in normal mode, the signal lights would actually stop the train at that point from coming in and colliding. Alright, so good. So Easton's going to be growing up pretty quickly here now. And we're gonna, we already got some, let's see what we got in Easton. Oh, Easton, please. So we already got 5 crates of food and 2 ingots of steel girders there. Not bad. So you require grain. So where's our nearest grain? I think you were out there, weren't you? Frederick Seed and Grain. So we'd have to bring you out to the back here and bring you in this way. Into Washington here. That would actually work. Okay. Baltimore's still left out on its own here for the moment. Let's see here. See, how would we do this? Because the steel, get the steel up to Philly and Wilmington. Be almost like I'd want to get rid of the steel mill. It's sort of redundant with Easton there, and get you somehow get manufactured goods out of you. We'll see, because we got a big connection here. So Frederick, we would probably add something. Oil. See, we could add oil into Frederick. Have you do manufactured goods, because then we could send from Frederick manufactured goods to everybody here. But the problem is, by design, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to do a full circuit, because the first stop that requires manufactured goods would take all the manufactured goods. There would be no manufactured goods going there, so you could only do, you'd have to do separate lines for each city. Now, unless, of course, each city also produced manufactured goods, and then I could do that full circuit. So I'd have to have everybody produce food, manufacture goods, and cars in order to do a full circuit here. And of course, Baltimore is still not part of the circuit, because I haven't quite done that. I'd have to add in yet another track into Easton, which I don't think I want to really do. We'd have to go Baltimore to Frederick here. We can't even really get into Dover, because Dover's a mess coming out on this side here. Alright, so you got food and steel. What do you require, Dover? You require automobiles. So we can, if we could get steel up into Wilmington, we can get you the automobiles from there. Steel from Easton. Alright, so we got food, so we can send food to Washington now. You know Washington produces food, so we could almost go back and forth here. Once Easton grows up and starts demanding food. Baltimore demands food. And I think I have... That's... Yeah, this is the mail to passenger line, unfortunately. So I can't go on the inside, so I can't figure out how I would get Baltimore into Washington. I'd almost have to do another interior loop here, Washington to Baltimore, for manufactured goods. We'll figure out Baltimore last. Sorry, Baltimore, you're confused me. You've got me confounded on how I'm going to include you in a circuit here. Have to double track here into York. You probably have to include you into York, Aberdeen. You know, that'll probably have to be my, yeah, the manufacturing circuit there. Baltimore, York, and Aberdeen. You produce paper, you produce food. You produce food and steel. Now I could actually include Frederick in that too. Frederick would have another manufacturing route coming in. But I think that's what I want to do in Frederick here. Can I add somebody at... Yeah, city too small. I gotta get Frederick built up, so I gotta get some paper to Frederick. That's what I gotta do right now. I gotta get... So York processes it, so that would almost be ideal. So we would have to get paper to York, or trees to York from the Harrisburg Wood Company. But getting from here to there is going to be a bit messy. That's going to be a bit messy. So I would have to leave the track here, but then that really screws up our manufacturing. We got the mining company, so who demands... You have to get the coal up to Williamsport, coal and oil up to Williamsport. So you know what, let's... Paper to Frederick. So these guys are interconnected. So I'm almost... I'd almost have to... See, there's no way to get rid... I can't delete the paper mill here, can I? Well, that's the terminal. Is that the terminal? Where's the paper mill? That's the paper mill, isn't it? Yeah, that's the paper mill. Yes, that's the terminal. The paper mill. I want to get rid of the paper mill, really, is what I want to do, but I don't see a way I can do that. That way I can actually make more use of the supply of our manufacturing points there. Okay. Alright, so paper into York. We're going to support coal and oil. We got coal and oil down here, so Frederick Oil and Gas, Harrisburg Mining are going to have to supply Williamsport. Wilkes-Barre requires steel. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get steel to Wilkes-Barre. Holy crap, Scranton's built up quite a bit here. Jesus. I think we need to upgrade you, upgrade your depot here, don't we? I think you need to be a terminal now. There we go. Oh, boy. We're going to have lots of rail lines crossing here. So, okay, so we're going to need to get you guys. Harrisburg requires oil, so I'm wondering if I have Frederick supply Harrisburg, then I'm crossing even more rail. Because if I just go oil and gas here, I can just bring really oil and gas right up into here. So let's do that. Let's get Harrisburg's manufacturing process going here. I don't know if I necessarily... Yeah, you know what? It's going to have to start as a double track here. So we'll start her as a double track. I don't think I want to double track it that far out. We'll go right into the curve here. Then we'll single track you out here. Let's go right like that. And we'll bring you right here into the oil company like that. There we go. Let's stop for now because I might do it that way. Have all three of these guys use this line here. Come into this way. Of course, I'm only going to be able to have one of these guys supply Harrisburg. And the other one would actually just keep on moving up into Williamsport. So we can double track. We'll double track all the way into Williamsport here. So this will be the raw manufactured goods up here into Williamsport. So that's probably what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to do a third double track here of just the raw materials. So we'll stop it there for the time being. And this will continue around. Then we'd somehow get steel on this track up into Wilkes-Barre. Because again, we can do it in train table mode because we don't have to worry about train collisions. Now, if we were playing for realsies, we definitely have to worry about train collisions. And we would definitely have to have a lot more detours and routes here. I'd actually probably have to have... See how we would do it. Probably would have to... I don't know. Actually, I wouldn't know how... I'd have to play around with that to figure out how exactly I would do that. In the meantime, so we can bring this track out here into the coal. Let me, let's do it this way. So you'll come out here now to our coal. Oh, a little tunnel. I don't know if I really want a tunnel. I really need a tunnel. So let's bring you out this way. And then, oh, no. And then what we'll do is bring you. Then we'll bring you out. You know, oh, no, we can go over. Good. Oh, now we got a tunnel again. I'd rather just go over instead of having a tunnel. Although a tunnel might be easier on the engine. Although the tunnel still goes... Maybe if I bring you down this way, it's not too bad. Let's do this. Bring you there. And bring you right down into oil here. Okay, so there we go with that. So let's get our depots here. Alright, let's get these trains rolling here. So we'll now start getting some oil to Harrisburg. Let's pick another train here. So pretty much for our raw manufactured goods, we're just going to or raw materials, we're going to go with just pick some of the hinky dinky ones. For the mail and passengers, we've got the specific engine we want to use, and I think for the manufactured goods and food and stuff, we've got the specific engine we're going to want to use for that too. But for most of the raw materials, let's go. Let's go with the Mogul. go to the mogul here. So we're going to take you. Where are we here? Here's Washington. Oh, okay, here we are. I think now, since this is how I have it, I think we will take Frederick and oil. Let me see something here first. You know what? Let's go. You know what? Let's just add and see what the speed is on this. All right, not too bad, not too bad. Because this is more of a little bit more of a haul, so we want to add more trains because we're going to go. We're actually going to go up to Williamsport on this guy here. Actually, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me change this around. Let's be a little bit more efficient. So we are going to want a more powerful engine here for this one. So what do we want to use here? P5A. Something that's a little bit more classic, but still has some. We're gonna have to go something with a little bit more power and speed. So we might have to go with GP series. That's our mail and passenger. So yeah, we're gonna go GP here. So we actually will need something a little bit more powerful because we're gonna go. We're gonna start in the mining company. And then we're going to stop and pick up oil here. And then you're going up into Williamsport. And then we can clear all that off. And you can just make the return trip. You can make the backhaul empty there. And that'll get Williamsport supplied right off of there. That works good. Then we can have the Frederick Oil Energy Company supply Harrisburg. I like that. So let's confirm that route. Let's take a look at this guy moving here. Where are you? There you are. Now you'll stop here at Frederick, pick up the oil tanks. And make it up that steep slope. Bypass Harrisburg and just head on to Williamsport. And then you can make the return trip, yeah. Good, so alright, so let's get another one rolling here so we can supply Harrisburg. So you'd start here, the Frederick Oil Company. Hold on a second here. How much oil do you actually have here? Or no, you'd start here, Frederick Energy Company. Frederick Oil and Gas, Frederick Energy, you've got 8. Okay. Not a problem. So I think we'll throw 5 oil cars on you. And now we can go back here. Which one were we going to use here? Which one? I think it was Pacific. We've already done the Claude, Hamilton. Did the 10-wheeler. You're a little bit more of a distance, so we want something up here somewhere. The Web Compound, Pacific. US1, Mikado. I think we're going to do the Nord, weren't we? Alright, well, it don't matter. You know what? We'll do, are you 90? No, you're 90. You like mixed freight. Let's go with this one. We'll go with the A1 here. And now you're going to go to Harrisburg, and that's going to be your route. Excellent. So there we go. Oh, you know what, Harrisburg? We can clear you off. There we go. And we'll be okay. Now let's see these trains collide here, huh? I sort of kind of wanted to time it to where you would be up in Williamsport while you're in Harrisburg. That way you can try to avoid some of the collision potential. But again, the signals would stop him. He would have to stop there with that signal and wait till he gets passed up there. But fortunately, again, train table mode, it looks like the signals are non-functioning. Oh, looks like you're waiting anyway. Alright, that works. So you're going right to Harrisburg. Oh, what was Easton here? What happened here? York is going to be a city. Aberdeen is going to be a city. Wilmington City. Dover, a metropolis. Aberdeen, a metropolis. Alright, so you dropped your supplies off. Pick up here, so let's see where this guy's at. He should be... Is he making the return journey now? Where are you? Oh yeah, there you are. You're already making the return journey. Nice. So that should give you the advantage now, as you'll be ahead. Alright, so Baltimore. Baltimore's already a terminal. Washington should be a terminal. Easton, I think we can, yeah, Easton, we can upgrade the station right now. I think Dover should be a terminal, right? Dover's a terminal. Wilmington, everybody else should be terminals at this point. We've grown up enough here. Yeah, okay. Now, we got to figure out how we're getting paper down to you, Frederick. From York. It's almost like I've got a loop just right around here just for that one, which would just seem like a waste to me, but I might not have much of a choice. So I'm thinking, actually, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, that may not be a bad idea. Because then we could include Baltimore. We can actually include Frederick again in that. Do a 4-city circuit here. go Baltimore, Frederick, then we'd loop up this way into York, Aberdeen, and loop back down into Baltimore. So let's do that. So let's double track here. So we'll double track right from here all the way into Frederick. We'll start pulling out right about here. Well, we could actually double track all the way over here and then have you maybe not. We'll double track right in here. I think we're gonna have to start pulling you sort of away. Although I'd rather have the triple bridge there. All right. Well, let's see how this works here. We'll do it that way. Swing you around here. Zoom in a bit here. Is what we'll do now is we'll double track in between these two guys here, Aberdeen and York. Oh no, you stopped. Oh, you mother. And I didn't save. Oh no, oh no, oh no. There was an autosave though. So we gotta see where the last autosave was. You crashed, you bum. Thank God for autosaves. Crap, I forgot about my save early and save often. Unfortunately, it has been auto-saving, so let me see here. Let's load you back up here. Come on. Hello, Steam. There we go, thank you. Sid Meier's Railroads. Oh, man, I should have saved. Yes, save's coming. Yeah, you filthy casual. Yeah. Crap, I got so involved with trying to figure out how I want to lay the track down. It's like, yeah, you know, I probably should have saved. I don't know when the last autosave was, so I'm going to have to see where the last autosave was. All right, so while Sid Meier's is loading up here. It's the OBS mirrored screen. All right, let's move you over here, Sid. Come on, let's go here. All right, let's see autosaves. Where's the autosaves at here? So we go autosave. All right, okay, so it looks like hopefully I didn't lose too much here. God, it's so aggravating. I forget to save. So, you know, and that just comes from being so used to playing MMOs nowadays, where you don't even think about save games. You know, a lot of these games, MMOs and the MOBA stuff, where there are no save games, so you don't think about saving games. So when you get into games where you actually do have to save, you don't even think about it. All right, so let's see where we're at here. So again, hopefully I didn't lose too much here. So we've got you. We should have you okay in Williamsport. So good. I think we're okay then. Just loaded. No, that was the most recent one. Actually, sort of seemed to it looked like it auto saved in several successions, because this was right, because we've got both these routes going. So that was the last major thing, was getting both these routes going up until Williamsport, and then upgrading Easton's terminal here is what we did. So okay, I really actually didn't lose. I really didn't lose anything except the track I just laid here to get this little circuit in here. And upgrading Easton. So this is what we're going to do here. Let's we're going to upgrade you again. Because this was most of the work here. This was the most recent work I did here, was getting these guys connected. So if these guys are still active, and I actually got both trains running, which I do, I really didn't lose too much work here, which is good, because those guys are going. We're good. All right, good. So what I am going to do right now is save it in my normal game save here. So let's do this. Game saved. Yep. So we have this at least updated this way. Oh, thank God for auto saves. Thank you. Okay. And the game has crashed on me, I think, once or twice before, but it doesn't do that often. So if it did on a regular basis, I think I'd have it more on the forefront of my mind to save game. But crash. That's right. All right. So what we're going to do here again is just get our double track laid down here between Aberdeen. In fact, that's what I was doing. Is getting it laid down between Aberdeen and York here. So we'll go right about there. And then we'll get our double track here from Baltimore. Now the question is, I want to go Aberdeen. It almost behooves me to double track it here, across the bridge, and then just have the single track loop right around in here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to double track starting right about there. We'll bring you into Baltimore. We'll bring you into Frederick here. And Frederick, we're going to bring you across here like we did before. And see how much of a problem that's actually going to be. Alright, so we've got that double track here. So let's curious to see what this is like. So now this is a triple track bridge here. Triple track. Alright, so what we're going to do here, let's start this over here. Let's go here. So we want to connect these two guys here. Hopefully fairly neatly and orderly. Looks like it'll work nicely right like that. Excellent. And then we've got to connect here. Okay, so this might be a little bit of an issue here. Let's see how this turns out here a bit. That's a I don't know if I like that as much. So what I may, let's start on this side then. So you come down and you flip over like that. Let me see something here. If I double track this out, to here. I almost have to double track it right there, and then you would loop into that. Let's see how you look. Alright, I think I can deal with that. A little bit awkward in there, but I think I can deal with that at least. Okay, so good. Alright, so that gets that circuit. So that gets Baltimore in the circuit here now. Okay. And let's do this. Okay, now the question is, what do we have here? So there's our mail and passengers there. So this Baltimore only has this line here. So we don't really have raw goods coming in yet to Baltimore. So that's the thing. We need to get steel or food. We need to get cattle to Baltimore too. Somehow. Washington's in Metropolis. How many? Yeah, we only have 2 empty slots here. Okay, so we're gonna have to start adding some stuff in here. How's Frederick doing? Frederick needs paper. That's what the point of this was getting Frederick some paper. We gotta get York some trees though, and that's going to be the issue. Because now I got a hella mess right here. There ain't no way I'm getting... Well, maybe actually, maybe I could. Come to think of it. Alright, so let's... You need grain for food. Where do we have grain? We've got grain way out here. You require paper, too. You're going to have to get supplied from out here, I think. We got this oil company sitting here doing nothing. The Vineland Energy Company. Nobody else requires oil, so that might... Ooh, that might be what I need to do here. Or even get oil into Trenton. Although that'd be different. Actually, I could come up from this end, couldn't I? I could do that. That way Trenton can produce manufactured goods too. So I think what we got? We've got power plant demands that. So Lancaster demands oil. So Lancaster has the manufactured goods. We've got to... Yeah, see. In order for me to do this probably most effectively and efficiently, I've got to make sure each city can produce food, manufactured goods, and automobiles somehow. That'd probably be the most effective way to do it somehow, but I don't know if I can do that. Alright, so anyway, Frederick needs paper. In order to get Frederick paper, somewhat the easiest way, we're going to have to get trees to York. And so from Harrisburg to here, I can pull something right across here into York. Alright, so we're saved. Let me save again, just to be safe here. Got about 15 more minutes before I want to move on over to City Skyline. So let's see if I can figure this out here. The problem is I want to start in the Harrisburg Wood Company, but I can't. I've got to start where current track is at. So I'd have to lay a double track here. Let's just start it here. And we would just go like this, double track it up to here. And then we would take our single track. Overlaps bridge. That's what I was afraid of. We're already overlapping a bridge, so there's no way I can get it across this way, can I? I would almost have to come down here, bring you across this way. Grade too steep. Nope, there we go. And bring you across this way over into here. As you can see, that's just a mess there. That's an absolute disaster. No, I don't want to delete you. I don't want to delete you. I want to delete you. Don't want to delete you. I want to delete you. Okay. That's a mess. So. I don't want to delete you. I do want to delete you, however. Thank you. Delete you. No, not you. Zoom in here so I can delete what I need to delete here. Air sterned it. Rotate. So I've got issues here. So I'm going to have to figure out how to get trees down to York from here. My God, Easton and Allentown have conjoined. Got grain there. It would have to come from the Scranton Woodwork, so I'd almost have to have something, a line coming down from Scranton. You'd have to run all the way down this way to York. Unless I can come up behind Harrisburg. That would be the only other way I could do it. Come up behind Harrisburg. So let me see how that looks here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure already that this is going to be a mess of a mess. So bring you out this way. Then we would have to bring you out this way, you out around Harrisburg this way, overlaps bridge, grade too steep, we'll bring you this way. Also on grade too steep, so I can't even bring it out that way. So I think I'm pretty much screwed for that idea. I got everything deleted there, right? Yep. Oh, no, I got a little bit here. Little bit of the track here. Thank you. So that's pretty much what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to bring... Although I've got, I would have to add paper to Harrisburg, because then I would just bring you in to here from Harrisburg. So that's probably what I'm gonna have to do. York's not gonna be able to manufacture paper. I'm gonna have to do something else with York here. All right, so let's build a new furniture plant, paper mill. So we're gonna do a paper mill here. In Harrisburg. Then what we can do here now is just take the track out from here right into the Harrisburg Wood Company. Let's get our depot. Get our engine. Have I done the P8 yet? I'm not sure. I know I've done the Ford Hamilton. I don't think I've done the spinner. Let's do the spinner for this guy. We're going to go Harrisburg Wood Company. Okay, with 4 he drops down real low. So maybe we'll just go 3. So 2 is not too bad. There we dropped 12 miles an hour, so we'll go 3. And you'll go to Harrisburg, where you won't need, oops, clear, that's what I'm looking for, okay. Take a look at one of our other old Smokies here. Stop! No! Stop. Alright, so we're gonna supply paper from here. This is the thing, I wish I could get rid of freaking... Get rid of these things. Now I've got to figure out what I want to throw into York, manufactured good wise here, or manufacturing wise, to make it. See, they demand paper here too. In Aberdeen. So we could actually supply paper from Harrisburg to Aberdeen, as well as to Frederick. Now I'm just curious, if I could get paper for trees. See, if I could store trees here, and then go trees Harrisburg to York, but I'd have to use the passenger line for that, or I'd have to make another connection into here. which I may have to do. But that's the passenger and rail connection here in the middle. Or passenger and mail, I should say. So that's not really going to work out that well. Okay, well, I can see this is going to be, we're going to have issues up here trying to get the raw goods to where they need to go. And then doing the manufacturing. At least we got that for Harrisburg now. Okay, so we've got that. We can start paper rolling here. So now we're going to start paper rolling. The question is it going to pick the right track? So this is the key here. I want to make sure it picks the right track, which is our, this should be our, raw goods track on the outside here, I think, right? Yeah, this track. So I might have to delete some rail just so we get our manufactured goods picking the right track, which is this one. This is the one that it needs to pick here, I think. I think. Yes, because this one that comes in together is mail and passengers. Alright, so what we want to do, we want to get another train here. Let's see if it picks the right one here. So we want to go from Harrisburg. And we're going to take paper. Now for the manufactured goods, we're using these. We are using the GP for manufactured goods regardless. So we're going to stick with that one. And does it have manufactured goods? No, it does have manufactured goods. There we go. So we'll do manufactured goods too. We'll stop down at Frederick. Yeah, no goods supplied, so we can drop off the paper. Then we can then we can actually go to Washington, can't we, with manufactured goods? And then we can add food cars. There, and then it would end up, it would have to skip Frederick for now, so we'd have to add Frederick in later. Then it would just go back to Harrisburg with food. That might actually be pretty good. So let's see which line this actually takes now. Out of curiosity here. Nope, see, it's on the wrong track. So what I need to do is actually delete that track somehow. Let me wait till I don't know if I can delete it. Let's save here, because this might end up becoming an issue. Okay. See if we can get this line going here, and then yeah, so you can't delete the track if it's already got trains on it. So I don't want using the mail and passenger line. That's why I added the additional track. So I would almost have to see if I could delete it. Can I pause and delete? Yes, he won't let me delete the track if I've got trains running on it. So I would have to delete this guy here. Let's see what his route is here. Wow, the engine's almost 200 years old, for God's sakes. So, okay, this guy is essentially just going Harrisburg to Washington. So that makes it simple. So we got 3 and 1. All right, so we're just going to delete this train here. We're going to delete you. That way I can delete that part of the track. And then that should force it to use this center track here for our manufactured good run here. So the Harrisburg terminal, we're adding 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stopping off at Frederick to drop off the paper. Then you're going to Washington to drop off the manufactured goods, and you're going to be picking up food. Once we eventually get food production in Washington, and then you'll just be heading right back to Harrisburg. So let's see if this, yes, perfect. Okay, that works out the way we like it. All right, so what I can do now is rebuild this track here, which this was actually a double track, I think it was. So we'll just double track you right in here. There we go. And then we will do our Washington. Hopefully it picks the right track. Which is this line here we want. Pick our Washington. Otherwise we'd have to delete that track too. So we're going Washington. 1, 2, 3, and 1 to Harrisburg. Okay. That's what I was afraid of. It didn't pick the right one. So we're going to have to get fancy with this. Because now I can't delete this portion of the track. Because it's got that train on it. So what I need to do, I don't know how to do this actually. See, this is where I wish it could say, I want the train on that track. And it's not going to do it. That's the problem. It's not going to do it. So what I have to do, now I have to do this. This is what I have to do. I have to take the Washington stop off of you. And look at what it does. It flips the track. How about that? All right. So we're gonna have to get fancy with it. We're really gonna have to get fancy with this. Okay. So what we're gonna have to do is this. We're going to have to delete. Let's see. This is the mail and passenger one here. Coming into here. So the center one is the mail and passenger one. So we want to delete that portion of the track. Then what I'm going to have to do is add the train from Harrisburg. 1, 2, 3, 4. a lot of the manufactured goods anyway, because it doesn't matter. You're going to stop at Frederick, and you're going to drop the paper off. Right, so you are on the rail that we want you to be on. That guy there. So now that you're on that rail, I can rebuild this portion of the track. For our passenger line. And since you don't go to Washington yet, I can delete... Wait, that's a big... that's a lot of track. I can delete the manufactured goods track. And now... go Washington, 1, 2, 3, 1, to Harrisburg. And that should put you on that portion of the track. But I need to change your engine though, don't I? Yeah. Because we want you. Okay. So that gets you on the track that we want you on. Okay. And now I can rebuild this portion of the track. You should be a double track here. I want a double track, you're right. Rebuild that portion of the track. And then we go over here, back to this guy. And now we can add the Harrisburg line into. And you know what? Before I do that, let's do this. Let's save it just in case, for some godforsaken reason, once I add the Harrisburg stop or the Washington stop onto you, you magically switch tracks. So let's see what happens here. So now what we want to do is add Harrisburg onto you. We'll clear you out of Harrisburg and add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or Washington, add Washington onto you. Now let's see if you flip tracks. Yes, I knew that was going to happen. You flip tracks. So what I have to do is add Harrisburg onto you before I re-add the passenger line, I guess. So let's resume the, let's load the game here. We're cutting into a City Skylines time. Oh no. But this finagling we have to do to get the trains on the right track that we want. That's the problem. Oh, runtime error. Are you serious? You crashed. All right, never mind then. We're going to have to figure that out next time. I'm not going to reload it just for that, but we will have to figure that out next time. All right, so we're going to take a quick break here to load up City Skylines, and then we'll be right back. Stick around, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me on this fine Monday. So let's we'll be right back as soon as we load up City Skylines. Yeah, ha 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 ha. Oh, you know what? Let's hold on a second here. Let's run my intros, outros to make my life easier, right? And then we'll be right back.